If you want to change your life, don't start by changing the world. Start by controlling yourself. Most people are not defeated by others. They are defeated by their own lack of control. Your mouth, your mood, your money, and your mind quietly decide the direction of your life every single day. An uncontrolled mouth can destroy years of respect in minutes. Words spoken in anger, ego, or carelessness can never be taken back. Learn to pause before you speak. Silence, when used wisely, is strength. Speak only when your words add value, clarity, or peace. Master your tongue, and you protect your future. Your mood is another powerful force. If your emotions control you, then anyone and any situation can control you. Life will test you with pressure, delay, and disappointment. Strong people don't let temporary feelings decide permanent actions. They stay calm, think clearly, and respond with maturity. Emotional control is not weakness, it is power. Money is not just about earning, it is about discipline. Many people work hard but stay poor because they don't control where their money goes. Every dollar should have a purpose. Spend less than you earn, avoid emotional spending, and invest in your growth. When you control your money, you stop being a slave to stress and start building freedom. The mind is the real battlefield. If you don't control your thoughts will control you. Fear, overthinking, doubt, and comparison slowly steal your confidence and peace. Train your mind with positive input, focus, and daily reflection. A strong mind creates a strong life. Self-control is not about perfection. It is about progress. Every day, you choose discipline over excuses. You become stronger. When you control your mouth, mood, money, and mind, you don't just improve your life. You transform who you are. Your mouth is one of the most powerful tools you possess. Yet it is also one of the most dangerous when left uncontrolled. Words once spoken cannot be taken back. A single sentence said in anger, ego, jealousy, or frustration can destroy years of trust, respect, and hard work. Many people don't lose opportunities because they lack talent. They lose them because they spoke at the wrong time, to the wrong person, in the wrong way. Controlling your mouth does not mean staying silent all the time. It means speaking with awareness and intention. Learn the power of the pause. Before you respond, ask yourself, is this necessary? Is this true? Is this the right moment? Strong people don't rush to speak. They listen carefully, observe the situation, and then choose words that bring clarity instead of conflict. Emotional speech is one of the biggest enemies of self-control. When emotions rise, intelligence drops. Anger makes people say things they don't mean, and pride makes people say things they shouldn't. Discipline means refusing to let temporary emotions decide permanent outcomes. Silence during emotional moments is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your words also shape your identity. The way you talk about yourself becomes the way you see yourself. Constant complaining creates a negative mindset. Negative self-talk weakens confidence and motivation. Learn to speak life into yourself. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning." Replace excuses with responsibility. What you repeatedly say becomes what you repeatedly believe. Controlling your mouth also means knowing when not to speak. Not every opinion needs to be shared. Not every argument needs to be won. Peace is often more valuable than proving a point. People who master their tongue gain respect, influence, and inner strength because they understand that words are tools. Used wisely, they build. Used carelessly, they destroy. When you learn to control your mouth, you protect your relationships, your reputation, and your future. Your mood is a powerful force because it decides how you react to people, problems, and pressure. Many people don't fail because life is hard. They fail because they allow their emotions to control their decisions. An unstable mood can turn small problems into big disasters and temporary situations into lasting regrets. Life will not always go your way. There will be delays, disrespect, disappointment, and days when nothing seems to work. If your mood changes with every situation, then your peace is never in your control. Emotional discipline means learning how to stay calm even when things are unfair. It means choosing maturity over reaction and patience over impulse. When emotions rise, logic falls. Anger makes you say and do things that damage relationships. Stress clouds judgment. Fear stops progress. Controlling your mood does not mean suppressing emotions. It means understanding them without letting them dominate you. Feel the emotion, acknowledge it, and then decide how to respond wisely. Strong individuals pause before reacting. They breathe, step back mentally, and remind themselves that emotions are temporary. A bad moment does not define a bad life. A negative feeling does not require a negative action. The ability to regulate your mood gives you an advantage in leadership, business, and personal relationships. Your environment also affects your mood. What you listen to, what you watch, and who you spend time with directly influence your emotional state. Protect your energy, reduce exposure to negativity, drama, and constant comparison. Feed your mind with positive, meaningful input that strengthens emotional stability. Controlling your mood builds inner strength. It allows you to face challenges with clarity instead of chaos. When you remain calm under pressure, people trust you, respect you, and see you as reliable. Emotional control turns obstacles into lessons and pressure into growth. Money is not just something you earn. It is something you manage. Many people work hard every day yet remain stressed, broke, or trapped because they never learned how to control their money. When money is not directed, it disappears. Lack of financial discipline creates anxiety, limits choices, and keeps people stuck in survival mode. Controlling your money starts with awareness. You must know where your money comes from and where it goes. Untracked spending slowly destroys financial stability. Small, careless expenses repeated daily become major losses over time. Discipline means planning your spending instead of reacting to desires and emotions. Emotional spending is one of the biggest financial traps. People often spend to impress others, to feel better, or to escape stress. These habits provide temporary pleasure but long-term regret. Learning to delay gratification builds financial strength. Saying no to unnecessary expenses today creates freedom and security tomorrow. Saving is not about how much you earn. It is about consistency and control. Even a small amount saved regularly builds confidence and stability. Investing in skills, knowledge, and long-term assets is more powerful than chasing quick wins. Smart money decisions require patience, self-control, and long-term thinking. Debt is another area where control matters. Uncontrolled borrowing creates pressure and steals peace of mind. Discipline teaches you to live within your means, prioritize needs over wants, and reduce financial dependency. Financial control is not about being cheap. It is about being intentional. When you control your money, you gain options. You gain peace, confidence, and the ability to make decisions without fear. Money becomes a tool instead of a burden, allowing you to focus on growth, purpose, and a better future. Your mind is the control center of your life. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every result you experience begins with a thought. If you do not control your mind will control you, and most of the time it will pull you toward fear, doubt, and distraction. Many people lose battles in life not because they are weak, but because their thoughts work against them. An undisciplined mind is constantly busy but rarely productive. Overthinking drains energy. Worry steals peace. Comparison kills confidence. When your mind is filled with negative noise, it becomes difficult to focus on goals or take meaningful action. Mental discipline means learning how to observe your thoughts instead of believing every thought you have. Fear is one of the biggest enemies of mental control. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change. All of these exist mainly in the mind. A controlled mind understands that fear is often an illusion created by uncertainty. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Training your mind to face discomfort builds strength and resilience. What you feed your mind determines its strength. Constant exposure to negativity, social media comparison, and meaningless information weakens focus and clarity. A disciplined mind is selective. It chooses books over gossip, learning over complaining, and growth over comfort. Daily positive input slowly rewires thinking patterns. Self-talk also plays a critical role in mental control. The way you speak to yourself shapes your confidence and belief system. Repeating negative thoughts trains the mind to expect failure. Replacing them with constructive, empowering thoughts creates mental stability and focus. The mind believes what it hears most often. A controlled mind stays present. It does not live in past mistakes or future worries. It focuses on what can be done now. When you master your thoughts, you master your direction, your discipline, and your personal power. Motivation is powerful, but it is unreliable. It comes and goes based on mood, energy, environment, and emotions. Many people wait to feel motivated before they act, and because of that, they remain stuck. Discipline is different. Discipline means doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel in the moment. Motivation makes you start, but discipline makes you continue. On the days when you feel excited and inspired, progress feels easy. But real growth happens on ordinary days, when you are tired, distracted, or discouraged. Discipline keeps you moving forward when motivation disappears. It is the ability to keep promises you made to yourself. A disciplined person does not negotiate with excuses. They understand that comfort and progress do not coexist. Discipline requires structure, routine, and consistency. Showing up daily, even with small effort, builds momentum. Small disciplined actions repeated over time produce massive results. Relying only on motivation creates inconsistency. One good week followed by weeks of inaction leads nowhere. Discipline creates stability. It turns effort into habit and habit into identity. Over time, actions feel natural, not forced, because discipline removes the need to decide every day. Discipline also builds self-respect. Each time you act despite resistance, your confidence grows. You begin to trust yourself. You stop depending on external inspiration and start depending on internal commitment. This inner strength separates successful individuals from those who quit early. When discipline becomes a lifestyle, results become inevitable. You no longer chase motivation. You become unstoppable through consistency and commitment. Delayed gratification is the ability to resist immediate pleasure in order to achieve something far greater in the future. Most people know what they should do, but they choose what feels good right now instead of what will benefit them later. This single habit is one of the biggest differences between those who stay stuck and those who succeed. Short-term pleasure is tempting because it feels easy and rewarding in the moment. Comfort, entertainment, unnecessary spending, and procrastination offer instant satisfaction but steal time, energy, and potential. Long-term success, on the other hand, requires patience, effort, and sacrifice. It asks you to say no now so you can say yes later. Delaying gratification strengthens self-control. Each time you choose discipline over desire, you train your mind to think beyond the present moment. You stop being controlled by impulses and start acting with purpose. This ability builds emotional maturity and mental strength. People who master delayed gratification understand the power of compounding. Small sacrifices made consistently, saving money, learning skills, exercising, staying focused, create massive results over time. What feels uncomfortable today becomes rewarding tomorrow. Modern life makes delayed gratification harder. Everything is fast, instant, and easily accessible. Distractions are everywhere. This makes self-control more valuable than ever. Learning to focus, to wait, and to commit separates disciplined individuals from impulsive ones. Choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort reshapes your habits, mindset, and future. Every disciplined decision moves you one step closer to stability, confidence, and success. Consistency is the quiet force behind every lasting success. Many people look for big changes, fast results, and dramatic breakthroughs. But real transformation happens through small actions repeated daily. Talent, intelligence, and motivation mean little without consistency. It is consistency that turns effort into progress and progress into control. When actions are inconsistent, results are unpredictable. One day of discipline followed by days of neglect creates frustration and self-doubt. Consistency removes confusion. It creates rhythm and structure in your life. When you do the right things regularly, they become habits, and habits reduce the need for constant decision-making. Consistency builds identity. What you do repeatedly is who you become. If you consistently show up on time, you become reliable. If you consistently manage your money wisely, you become financially disciplined. If you consistently control your emotions and thoughts, you become mentally strong. Over time, your actions define you more than your intentions. Many people quit because they don't see immediate results. Consistency requires patience and trust in the process. Progress is often invisible before it becomes visible. Just like seeds grow underground before they appear, disciplined efforts work silently before showing results. Consistency also builds confidence. Each small win reinforces belief in yourself. You stop relying on external validation and start trusting your ability to stay committed. This inner confidence becomes unshakable because it is earned through action, not words. A consistent life is a controlled life. When discipline becomes daily behavior, chaos reduces, clarity increases, and progress becomes inevitable. Control is not about restriction. It is about freedom. When you control your mouth, you protect your relationships and respect. When you control your mood, you protect your peace. When you control your money, you protect your future. When you control your mind, you protect your destiny. Great lives are not built by luck or shortcuts. They are built by daily discipline and conscious choices. Master these 4 areas, stay consistent, and you will no longer be controlled by circumstances. You will rise above them and lead your life with purpose, strength, and confidence.